all, let me congratulate the Trivandrum Management Association for organizing this event in memory of the great Ratan Tata. I think it is very important for such functions because we can understand and appreciate what Ratan Tata has done, and especially for the younger generations and industrialists, it is a lesson of what a single individual could bring to the table on diverse portfolios, diverse 30 companies, 160 billion is the revenue, and what humility. He, as Chairman Tata Sons, he was staying in Baktawar, a flat surrounded by his dogs. There's nothing else there. So humble, so humane. And the quality that really comes to me, because for the last 7 years, I have not had the pleasure of meeting him or knowing him, but having worked with the Chairman Chandra for the last 7 years, I could see the impact of his decisions and his burning desire to do something for the country. In the last 5 years, if you see the kind of projects that have come from the stable of Tata Sons, the huge semiconductor project in Tolera, it is going to be something phenomenal. The Airbus, with Chandrasekhar sir would also know, the Tata Air thing, the big Airbus project, the Tata Motors, the Tata Power, 5-6 big ticket items that he led the way, even despite ill health, is something phenomenal. And his entire integrity, empathy, and he's is amazing. When we look at the bold decisions that he has taken for Tatas to take over Air India, because I was very much involved, everybody said that this is a big mistake. Don't touch it, and because you have a bleeding Vistara, you have a bleeding Air Asia, and look at Air India. Will anybody in his right senses go and take this? But he said, at least, and everybody said, there's a lot of pressure. He really did it for the country, and it will take a year or two more. But these are impactful decisions. They will now buy the aircrafts. It is a big struggle. So this aspect of really doing some amazing decisions for the country, because his entire philosophy was that it is not only for the companies but for society and the country, and that was the kind of role model that he was, which we all could emulate, and we really were blessed to have a person like that in our midst. His sense of empathy for the employees and all came into the fore when the 26/11 attack happened in 2008, and a very close friend of his, in fact, the chairman of REDIF, was telling me that he was an advisor with Ratan Tata on and off, and he said that day he heard some news and he rang up the Taj Hotel and nobody was picking up, neither the exchange. So he took his car and drove to the hotel, and he wanted to go in. The security said, I said, there is shooting going on, you can't go in. He actually sat on the pavement, I believe, for 2 days, directing whatever he could do. And 34 employees of the hotel, 34 employees lost their lives. They protected the clients, the guests, took them as a human shield. 36 passed away, and totally about 165 people in Bombay died. But the man was so, immediately he set up a trust, Taj Employees Welfare Trust. And everybody who were affected, for life they were given pensions till their date of retirement. He went out of his way, that kind of empathy. Even when COVID struck here, he actually immediately told all employees, not one must lose their salary. See that in the first of the month, everybody is paid, nobody. And I know when I came here to the Taj in Kovalam and all, it was like a ghost town. Nobody is there, but salary is there. So that was the kind of man he was. Great empathy, a great amount of integrity, and that's something that was really fantastic to emulate. And he was such a, they mentioned about his fondness for dogs. And just 4 or 5 months back, he's upgraded that small animal hospital, which was his great pet theme, because you had the dogs, as everybody mentioned, right in Bombay House, in Taj, and in his flat also there was the place all the time. And when we look at Kerala, I want to mention a few things, because he had a great fondness for Kerala. And I remember regularly he and Krishna Kumar would come to the Taj Kovalam, sit there quietly for 2 days or 3 days, and then go back. So when the Kerala government anytime asks for anything, very quietly it will happen. And I want to share just 3 instances of what he had done for our state. The first was about 4 years or 5 years back, they were looking at Shabarimala, there were floods, complete floods, and there was no way that there could be pilgrims that because the roads were all gone. So they needed somebody to come and quickly do a work. CM had told me, so I thought the L&T, they are very good, they would do it. But they said, no, we don't have, because that was a very difficult time after COVID. Manpower was not available. So I spoke to Chandra and said, can we do something? Because this year, the Sabarimala season, there is no way. Without batting an eyelid, it will be done. Just give me some time. And then he got back and said that, Tata Projects have something in Cochin. I'm asking them to move. Lock, stock and barrel, because I know, we said for 40 days the season will start. He said, I'm asking them to immediately move. I'll myself, a man like Chandra, I'll myself monitor and see this is happening. And it was over, it was all ready, and the CM said that, we have got a budget of 30 crores for this, so we'll pay. We only wanted somebody to execute the work. And when we told Chandra, he says, these are all God's work. I don't want any money. It will be for the trust. So this was the kind of thing, and the only request Chandra said that don't give publicity too much. We'll do it quietly. The second was during COVID, when the Kasaragod place, there were no hospitals, no nothing. Everybody was struggling. Again the CM reached out, and Tata Steel built those bunkers kind of hospital, which was a temporary kind of thing, but it really helped. And it was something phenomenal. For about 3 to 4 months, they were able to have these shelters for them. And finally, a great thing that he has done from the Tata Trust is this Apex Trauma and Emergency Learning Center, which he has set up. This is Tata Trust has set it up in 2019. About 14 crores the trust gave, the government of Kerala has given. And it is again a phenomenal thing which they are now going to upgrade. It is the best in the country. This is for trauma, learning. They have got the best equipments, state-of-the-art equipments, all kinds of infrastructure that is there. And again, these are all very under the radar things that they have done, which really we all feel so happy and proud that these things have happened. And I think there has been most of the speakers before me have talked about all his qualities, all the experiences, but I just wanted to emphasize the humaneness, the goodness and the love that he had for the country. He was always saying it should all be for the country. And now when people talk about this Air India, what are Tatas doing, they are not complaining, because I know, because I am also as a civil aviation secretary responsible for the condition of Air India. So we can't say that, though sometimes when I talk to Chandra, the chairman, he tells me, I say, Madhavan, what have you done to this airline and given it to us? So it is a tough thing, but nobody complains. We have to do it, because I can assure you, if Tatas had not taken over Air India, they would have closed. I can tell you there is no way that anybody else could have taken it, nor would government run it. So these are all things which will have a lot of impact in the future. And so we all, as we pay our homage to him and we celebrate all his great deeds, all that he has done to make not only Tatas but the country. And it's all about, because of all this, he built a brand. So once you have a brand, it is very easy to go forward. A small thing about Air India, when they took over and the secretaries and all were running it, IAS officers running it, they wanted about 30,000 crores from a consortium of banks. And they went to the banks. That time it hadn't come to Tatas. They said, sorry, we can't give you a pie. 15 days after Tatas took over, the banks gave them the 30,000. And they got the money. They were, otherwise they could have taken it from TCS and all, but they got it. And then you realize that that brand is what helps them. And I have seen this in my 7 years with Chandra and all. The brand really helps a product to be launched. And we do hope, and I'm sure with leaders like Chandra and all, his legacy will continue. So thank you for the opportunity and wish you all.